Razor game to me. Good hero to run over an Arc Warden as well.
We'll see. We'll see. I actually love Core Wyvern. I got owned by it a couple times yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Just the new ulti where you're able to deal damage throughout means that at a certain point you just start soloing heroes. But either way, Grimstroke plus Wyvern's a cool support duo because you always have the potential for the double curse. I'm not actually sure how that interacts.
Yeah, that isn't good, by the way.
That isn't
I mean,
good.
It's good.
That's a good point.
It's good if you're Core Wyvern because Core Wyvern can put damage in to those heroes. So, but if you're support Wyvern, all it means is you're getting a double Splinter's Blast, and that's it.
That's a very good point. I take back everything that I said. I've been doing a lot of research on this new Gambit roster. I'm a big fan. Lorenoff is like, I think, the prototype for what you want in a mid player nowadays. 18, almost like 8K in prize winnings, 11,000 plus MMR, and hungry. And a big fan as well of Iron, as a VP prodigy, used to be, was playing with the current VP roster till he was moved away for Kingslayer, but just a big fan of the squad. I like the draft too. Lots of team fight, and I'm a big believer in Arc Warden.
You know, I like how you say tournament winnings, but what you mean by that is basically undiscovered, right? The fact that they aren't playing with a major tier 1 team, just you're trying to find that hidden gem, right?
Yeah, you gotta exactly. This we're looking at this like, oh, it's just a casual summer event. There's $400,000 on the line. I won a couple world championships in Han. That was like a fourth of this prize pool, you know? Like, I guarantee you Lorenoff's going to be tryharding. So he took a nasty link mid.
Good old back in my day Kyle showing up again. You know what's funny is that undiscovered gem, I think, is a good way to describe Lorenoff across, like from an international perspective. But I did actually have a conversation with FNG at the Animajor, and he told me that he thinks Lorenoff is like, he's the next thing. He's the next big thing coming out of Eastern Europe. He thinks this guy is really legit.
I think so too. I've been watching a couple of his replays, partly because I'm trying to go professional as a mid player again, but also just to get some insight. Yes. It's a long road to 10K, but I have faith. Let's move on to the Lorenoff cap. I know you want to ask questions there, but I'm a big fan of the guy. I think this team has a lot of potential, and I think many of the fans may write them off. The two biggest names have departed, No One and Seneko. I like that, though. I think especially with TI coming up, this is the sort of squad that I would push as like a dark horse, because they're not going to be looked at as thoroughly as teams like Na'Vi. So I'm just saying, watch out. I think if they can actually pull off this Arc Warden, that'll be very fearsome. It's excellent with all this team fight, from my view.
Yeah, I mean, we heard from the panel, and I would probably agree. I think most viewers would also agree with the fact that even though AS Monaco Gambit did go to the major, obviously with a different lineup and stuff, they are not the favorites for this matchup against Tundra. Tundra, even though they didn't get to qualify to the major, have shown that they have been consistently strong within Western Europe and have managed to take on some of the better teams. So
wait a second. Why you're saying that Tundra are favored in this matchup? Why do you say that?
Well,
they're from Western Europe, Cap. That's one of the weakest regions.
True. That is true. I'll give you that one, Kyle. Eastern Europe, meanwhile, Team Spirit managed to get top 8. Hell yeah, go Team Spirit.
VP ran into some tough teams.
Yes, they ran into some tough teams the last major too. Unfortunate. All right, so you always say you're a big believer in Arc Warden. Are you a big believer in Arc Warden this game?
That's the question. So I'm not really sure. The relationship with Wyvern is the one that interests me, because if you catch him out with a Flux, a clone spawn, the Wyvern just dies to Wraiths, and Cold Embrace doesn't function as well against Arc Warden as it does traditional hard carries, because you have such a wide array of magical damage you can output as well.
Sure.
But at the same time, is Razor DK going to be able to just get on top of the Arc Warden? We'll see. I think that they have enough team fight to protect him, and Dream theoretically should be able to be more of a split pusher, only joining when he's significantly ahead in the net worth.
Yeah. But of course, we're looking at the big picture of this game because, to be honest, I'm not expecting an early kill out of these lanes. I mean, DK Grimstroke, but they're up against a range core, so unlikely that they're going to be killing Dream anytime soon. Our mid lane matchup is one of those that Razor isn't Razor favored against Puck. I know Puck has options to get away and break the static link, but you should still be winning in CS, right?
I think it's definitely better than most heroes. Like Razor, I think is slightly favored, but to your point, like he's never killing Puck, and especially with all the rune control, I think that's where Puck thrives because it's pretty easy for you to control both bounties if you really want to, potentially even both runes.
And I said that because I thought, I glanced at the CS board and I thought 9 was behind. But the truth is 9 just has a shit ton of denies. He's got 9, now 10 denies over Lorinoff. So this man is really focused on limiting the Puck's farm.
I was just checking in with the chat to make sure my mic was fine. It's the same one, but I did make some alterations, notably putting my face about 6 inches from it instead of 2 feet. I didn't realize that would make such a difference.
I swear to God, Kyle, this is your job. How do you not know these things?
I have not
Proximity
been working
to the
remote.
microphone might be important.
I didn't realize. I thought, you know, if it was a quiet room, it wouldn't be that big of a difference. But I've learned my lesson. Okay, I got a talking to on Twitter. I had people DMing me. I had JJ make a thread. We're getting there. All right, I'm learning.
Oh man, you got to get used to this. This is the age of remote broadcasting. You know.
It's okay. I got the whole setup. You just wait, Cap. I'm gonna have colorful lights and a green screen, and I'm gonna start
RGBs?
Streaming. Oh yeah,
Oh,
a disco
everybody
ball
loves RGBs.
of RGBs. It's the newest thing.
All right. Yes, thank you, JJ, for helping out Kyle. Watching the Enchanters kind of run around this creep. Lorinoff once again gonna make the runaway from 9. Again, just no
Very
kill
chill.
opportunities, but in general, Tundra is walking away, I think, with well, not even that big of a lead.
It's an even game.
It is
like,
a very even game, actually.
It's like completely even. I think depends. Who do you view as the late game threat here? I think it's a toss up, but I'd probably lean Gambit just because of the superior team fight.
Yeah, I think Gambit as well. I think Tundra, especially since I've watched Medusas lose so many late game scenarios, I feel like this hero is strongest when you hit that like really good like 30-35 minute timer. And again, against an Arc Warden, and as you say, the big team fight of AS Monaco Gambit, then I think that's what you're going to be shooting for. You're going to shoot for going high ground around 30-35. Oh, this could be first blood. Hein does indeed go down. 33 picks up that kill. I wasn't sure if it was going to be enough between a Dragonite's limited damage and an Inkswell, but...
Did you see Dream went Mithril Hammer first item? Have you ever seen that before?
Yeah, that is weird.
Into a DK, right?
Yeah. Why not the Javelin?
Exactly, because it's cheaper as well. Like, it's so much gold to save. 1,600 gold was his first money spent in this entire game. Like, starting items, that is crazy.
Okay, counterpoint though, it now means that he is has higher base damage. Mid lane, they're gonna drop in onto the Razor. He's immediately dead, and not much that Fauna can do about that.
And that's gonna be the big edge for ASM Monaco Gambit here, because their Puck is basically a guaranteed kill every coil. And on the side of Tundra, you don't really have that answer. Oh, nice.
Still hunting. Lorinoff with this double damage should be able to find the kill onto Fada. One by one, the supports are TPing in, trying to save this mid tower from both the DD Puck as well as the Siege Wagon. And of course, it will stay alive, but the damage has kind of already been done.
Yeah, you take those though. You got what you came for.
Yeah.
And you were saying just basically that he can last it better under tower, right?
Yeah, he's up against a Dragonite who does that damage reduction. He has relatively high base damage as well. So he's saying this is gonna be chill ass game, boy, and I'm just gonna be hitting CS all the time. That's my only focus.
Yeah, look at what he has queued up. It's just he's gonna finish the Maelstrom at 7.5, and he's just gonna go Midas right after. You talk about chill games. I mean, he has a good read, I think. Ein?
Running him down. Ein does manage to enchant Dispel off the Inkswell, so 9 does not manage to run him down very far. Now the coil. This is going to be disaster for Tundra. AS Monaco Gambit should be able to sweep up both of these kills as Lorinov continues to just set the pace of this game.
I didn't listen to the panel at the end of that series. Were they EU biased?
I would say that they thought this was relatively even matchup draft-wise.
Okay, we'll see.
They did favor Tundra overall, so
yeah, noobs. What are you gonna do? Jenkins, don't listen to them. Don't let them corrupt you and your perfect NA insight. But the thing is that this Lorinov.
See, I'm disappointed in Robson. You know, like these other guys, they didn't cover Eastern Europe like we did. You know, but
it's true.
Robson,
I'm telling you,
Robson.
Lorinov is the real deal, and I don't like. You actually can't deal with Puck as Tundra. You'll have answers once you have Blink on DK, and you can even see like 3-3 recognizes this, so he just went for an Urn, and now he's rushing it. Also see a lot of these offlaners picking up Urn. I don't know how much of a fan I am, especially on a hero like DK, but we'll see how it plays out. Trouble is, like, they have no catch, absolutely zero catch. Razor as a last pick with the DOTA core isn't bad, but you kind of have to be ahead. Also surprised 9 went for this 3-point Link build, but who's he linking? You know, you don't really play with Link in mid against Puck at this stage, and the lack of max plasma field is going to really hurt his ability to accelerate and farm stacks in jungle. Just a bit of a weird decision making.
You don't think that Winner's Curse into Grimstroke Silence or potentially catching the Puck with Soulbind? Like, you don't think we already have a DK, and then the supports do have some options against Puck. Well, you don't think that's enough?
No, I don't mean to kill Puck. I mean to like kill things in general. Like they don't have a natural move maker, and that's what's missing. They're gonna have 3-3 pop ult and start hitting tower in a couple minutes. He actually finished phase boots. I have not seen those on a DK. I guess just to run away from the flux. I'm having difficulty seeing why.
Well, maybe it's the opposite. Maybe he wants the extra bit of boosted movement speed to get on top of the Arc Warden better.
Okay, I'll give you, yeah, true.
But yeah, I'm not even sure if he can really hit that tower, right? Like, Dragon Knights usually operate by being able to poke at towers, but that's what Arc Warden is really good against.
Who knows, man? It's just, I mean, Skeeter's buying a Midas. It's like we watched so much Dota at the major. Come back yesterday, OG just absolutely destroyed. We're back here, and what do we see? Both carries buying a Midas, farming the triangle. God, I missed this. This is the Dota that I pay to watch.
You are being incredibly sarcastic right now, aren't you, Kyle?
This is the macro
I know
game,
you
okay?
hate DOTA a lot, and Arc Warden is basically DOTA as an illusion hero. That being said, it does. This is something we have seen from Skeeter before, right? Hannah Midas in some ways does make sense, just because the if you go Aghanim Scepter, you need that level 20 as fast as possible, right?
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know, man. I don't want to comment.
You're very non-committal today, aren't you?
I can't. I'm trying to be a kind, unbiased analyst, and I have some very strong.
Did you think we were too mean yesterday to OG? Is that why? Is you're trying to be a nicer person?
Their fans were very mean to me, Cap, and thankfully their team won't be in the tournament for much longer. But you know, it made me reconsider some things. So I'll, for the record, state I'm very against Medusa's buying Midas, but we'll see how things play out. Smoke gank. They're gonna find 9.
They're gonna be able to jump onto him. Supernova. No real answer. Oh, jeez. I didn't think the Ravage was actually going to come out there, but I guess they blow all the ultimates. They're going to try and steal this stack as quick as possible. Skeeter actually putting himself forward here. He's going to stone gaze forward with the Inkswell, stunning up the two of them. Silence as well. Can they actually be able to burst down these heroes? They can. Lorinov gets rended by the Phantom and now goes back out, this time on the Ein. 33. Going to chase after these heroes, but unfortunately the Untouchable makes things a little bit rough for him, so it's going to take a long time to get this kill. Meanwhile, Snakey does actually die to Afterlife.
What?
He just got slapped to death.
Good lord. His anchor smashed him to death.
I dig it though. Early phase boots just kept up with them. Nice movement there. I mean, that whole fight, the only reason they get anything on the side of Tundra is a great soul bind. Got to be a little more cautious on Lorinov. That's, as you said, pretty much the one thing that kills him. But taking this mid tower is huge for Ace Monaco Gambit. Their next move should be to here. And we'll see this. They just overcommit. Snaking's like, hey, what's up? That's a soul bind. And Skeeter, really nice job, just kind of standing his ground. Has faith in his teammates. And the Inkswell proc is enough to secure that kill. But yeah, I'm just with the 1 point passive ultimate's pretty much unkillable.
Yeah, you don't usually see Medusas be that fearless when they're out of mana, but Skeeter accepts the helping hand of Snaking and does help them manage to get at least that kill onto the puck, which is a big one. Still, though, big problem, Arc Warden wasn't part of that fight. Dream has since finished up his Hand of Midas, has been farming up like a machine. We'll soon have Boots of Travel. And I don't even think, like, I was surprised by the Ravage drop, but to be honest, can Tundra take advantage of this timing where there's a bunch of cooldowns? Like, I don't think so, because their lineup just can't really hit towers very well against an Arc Ward.
Exactly, and you can see the way they've itemized is, okay, on top lane, .9.
They're gonna try. 9, sticking around, trying to deal with the Flux as best as possible. The Sunrays burn him out, though, and they very easily do manage to get that kill. A single target hero against an Arc Warden, and it goes to show the downfall of this Static Link in this situation. The other Arc Warden clone just killed.
Yep. I'd really like to see someone on Gambit pick up a Veil of Discord. Very effective in a game like this. They have just such an absolute mass amount of spell damage. Really benefits their puck specifically. And yeah, so with Tundra itemizing for the late game, but the Midases, the bots first on 9. But the thing is, they need BKBs too. If you don't get a BKB, you actually can't fight. Afterlife, I love this. He just went Hood, so he's not a target for his enemies. And now he's going to buy a Blink Dagger. And their strat is going to be wait for cooldowns as they have them up now. Egg Ravage ready, Coil as well. And they're just going to run and kill whoever the hell they want.
Let's see them go into the triangle again. This time around, they're going to be running into 33's Dragonite, who's going to be a bit harder hero to kill, but they still have plenty of damage thanks to the fact that Phoenix, who does feel like it's fully back in the meta once again due to the success of LGD picking this hero. It's always good to be able to see that percentage-based damage burn against these tankier heroes.
Yeah, and now they're going to just rinse, repeat. All right, everybody to the jungle. They still have Ravage, but I don't think that they feel too pressured. And this kind of goes back to that Deuce of Midas, Cap, because Arc Warden is pretty much your counter. Can play just as greedy, but with less risk. And scales better, pushes lanes better, is geared to beat you. So you're playing the slow passive game against the hero that was basically only works in a slow passive game.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see them pick up the Blink Dagger on 33, so maybe that's when they can finally start getting a little bit more active and try and take advantage of whenever these cooldowns are used. Other than that, I mean, they've got a Bot's Razor, so it's not like he's got a real good combat item right now. It's going to work towards a BKB, but that's going to be a while. I don't think they can really wait for that to make moves. Nice deny there on the ward.
And yeah, Tundra, they're pretty comfortable on their side of the map. As Iron is going to press bottom, there's a little danger here. There's already a Midas up on Skeeter, or sorry, a Manta. So he's definitely keeping up. I'm waiting to see. I mean, they have the blink on 3-3. So now Tundra, 17 minutes in, they can finally look to get aggressive, but I don't know if they want to be here. Afterlife, he's on the way.
Spot, trying chain stun up this Phoenix. Can they get off the silence to make sure? Actually, just the chain stuns is good enough. They don't need the Phantom to go out. Still, though, Skeeter has taken a lot of damage, gets off the Stone Gaze just before the Ravage. That means the two ranged heroes can't really go on to Skeeter any longer, and oh, geez. Afterlife is in deep now. 33 going to make use of the Inkswell here. TPing in Dream. Oh no, this was an ambitious TP. And by ambitious, I mean dumb as hell. That was not the place to be right there. Soul-binded to his own clone. Now it leaves his 2 cores hanging out to dry here. Afterlife is going to try and chase down 33 as best he can, but 9 has free reign of this team fight. They managed to run down Lornoff. Now they're going to go. They have a stun, no Dragon Tails, so Afterlife will manage to TP out. But whoa, that felt like Dream just threw away a bit of this game. They were doing really well.
Radiant's middle tower
What?
is under attack.
What was that?
Where did he he TP's right into their tier 1.
Like, yeah, and then they're just like, oh, hey, that's the Arc Warden. We know for sure because he just spawned his clone in front of us. Like, if you're going to make this move, like, they're so strong. All they had to do was fight his 5, Cap. You know,
Yeah.
Afterlife, he didn't go the Blink into the Solar Crest. He's got to be there. Like, the whole team just has to be there. Immersion gets caught diving forwards. If they just use Ravage Egg, it's an unlosable team fight, and now they've given away their lead. Still in an okay spot, but now the synergies of their cooldowns are off, which really sucks because Immersion, he wants to egg, but you're not going to fight until Coil and Ravage are both up, so he'll just be hanging out.
4,000 net worth lead for AS Monaco Gambit went down to 2K after that team fight, but again, it's peaking back up. The power of this double hand of Midas for Dream and the fact that the other cores on AS Monaco Gambit do feel pretty comfortable farming some of these bits and pieces of the map without being threatened by Tundra too much.
Yeah, minor criticism, if you're watching, you might be on the other stream, but Ice Frog, why? Thank you, JJ. You're literally reading my mind. Why does Medusa have a 15% evasion talent at level 10? Why is Terrorblades 16% at level 10? Like,
yeah,
what? Talisman of that is literally 1,300 gold of an item. Talisman of Evasion, 15% for free at level 10.
Thank you, Scriff. Well, he's almost got the Aghanim Scepter, so he is going to be able to get really close to level 20 by the time he has that. So the Hand of Midas, in some ways, should pay off soon. And at that point in time, I feel like that's just kind of go time for Tundra, right? Then they will have hit a big team fight peak where the Medusa is going to stop scaling as well, but will be really powerful for the next 5 minutes.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower.
Gambit.
No?
You can
think
see
so?
there. Oh, sorry, I was reading Talents against Cap, but thankfully we got a fight coming up. No, we don't.
No, I don't think we do. I think they're just going to hold out around this tier 1 tower. All right, there's the Aghanim Scepter. There's the smoke. 4-man smoke up. They've got bots on 9, so he can join them in 6 seconds as long as they creep here. That wasn't
They got the
quite
spells.
what I expected from AS Monaco Gambit. They're going to jump in. 33 lead the way with the Inkswell. They actually run into Ein, and we'll take that very slow free kill. Okay, maybe it's not free at all. Maybe they're just going to run out of damage. Maybe they can't kill him at all. Skater is at half of his mana pool already, and they couldn't even kill the 5-position Enchantress.
What was that question you would ask, Cap? I didn't get a chance to address it. Now I've forgotten it.
I was going to say that basically with the Aghanim Scepter, because he's not trying to scale with a Scotty as much. I feel like from this point to level 20, they're just going to have to team fight a lot, right?
Yep.
33 burned down by the Sunray, it looks like, as Fada doesn't even bother trying to go for the Cold Embrace, because what's the point? It's just a bunch of magic damage.
I think it's just that you recognize we're going to have to team fight, because AS Monaco Gambit are just going to run at us. I love Ein, by the way. Like, this man, like, or I guess this Centaur lady, double fluffy hat, treads Dragonlance.
It's a Dryad, thank you.
Okay, sure. He's deceptively tanky. He didn't even have level 2 untouchable. He was isolated as 5 heroes attacked him and cast a spell, but they still don't even kill him.
Yeah,
and now it's a free Roche.
They've got 3 right-clicking cores. You know, like untouchable is godly good this game. Well,
I mean, that's
It may actually be a free Roshan. I was a little bit like, it won't really be, but once again, Ein is going to break the smoke. Once again, Ein is not going to die. Okay, maybe he will. Winter's Curse. Soulbind goes out, two-man silence. Soulbind actually latching over to Lornoff. That could be big, but he phase shift, and he is going to be okay. He's able to get out as stunned up immediately by the Dragon Tail. Maybe he won't be okay. He's inside the bubble, but at the same time, they could still just barely kill him. First life down of Lornoff, but they're going to chase after 9 here. They want this kill. They're going to be able to coil. Immediately breaks it. 9, though, has no BKB. No way to save himself from the damage of the puck, who now hits level 15, 12% spell amp, but apparently AS Monaco Gambit are not done being aggressive as they're going to smoke into the triangle here and see if they can find a little bit more.
Good move.
Porting out Sunray, leading things off. Inkswell being given over to Skeeter so he can escape faster, but Snake King's life is forfeit.
Yeah, they're doing it right. And up top, you see Dream just pressing the tower. Now with a butterfly. I mean, the item, okay, so it's one of the higher stat items, right? So very good for giving clone damage. But typically when we see Arc Warden, you know, MKB is necessary against a DOTA that eventually, well, built-in evasion I think already makes it necessary, but can assume a butterfly will come out at some point. And DOTA is one of the better heroes at just straight up getting an MKB. And that's what he's going to go for next. I'm not a fan of the item because you already have Bubble. Right? That's the evasion that's going to force MKBs already. So now you just make that item incredibly value instead of just like 9 out of 10 value. The Hex, the E-Blade. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Jumping forward once again, gunning for Ein. And once again, they're going to find their nukes aren't quite enough to be able to kill this Enchantress. It is able to get off the heal, but they just need a little bit more, and finally the Stroke of Fate finishes them off. The rest of AS Monaco Gambit, though, are doing a good job each time of disengaging. Even if Ein does fall, ultimately he is the fine position, and the rest of these heroes are happy just to dodge this fight. I mean, AS Monaco Gambit, I think they're very content with the state of the game. They're up 6,000 net worth right now. And they've got, as we talked about earlier, the superior 5-on-5 team fight.
Oh, yeah. But not forever. The BKB on 9. They're going to have one on 3-3 soon. No, just kidding. He's given up on it. He's like, you know what? I can't get any goddamn gold. There's heroes everywhere taking all the creeps. I'm just going to go Halberd. 9, hang on.
Nice jump forward. 33. They are going to be able to get the silence, so no Icarus dive emerging, getting caught in the front lines once again. The rest of AS Monaco Gambit backing away, and they can only accept these bleeding away these kills so many times.
I mean, they're still doing okay. I mean, just watching the carries net worth skyrocket, it's very entertaining as they just leave the rest of their teams in the dust. Trouble is, I think Tundra's 2 cores probably function better without net worth. 9, his job is going to be the BKB, run forwards with a heavy link.
Yeah.
Now, this is one of the stranger games. You know, this is very off meta from the games we saw at the major. You typically, I guess, Arc Warden is sort of in that PL Terrorblade Naga conversation, but it typically wins games in a different fashion.
Yeah. All right, AS Monaco Gambit is going to smoke up here. Arc Warden does have the Wraith off cooldown here. Ein just barreling forward, looking to be able to slow somebody down, but I don't think they can go for the Medusa first, especially Medusa that now has level 20, and the Arc Warden can't be here. Reminder, there's no creeps nearby for him to be able to TP into, so Ein, bit by bit, is going to get poked to death here, and the rest of his team once again failing to find an opening.
Like, that's the plan. I will check the high ground, team. Follow me. If the fight looks good, we're gonna kill them. If not, leave me behind, and I shall respawn to lead us forwards yet again.
It's very dramatic of him.
I'm listening into the comms, and it's actually exactly in that intonation. I like this decision from the puck, though. Lorinov, he's going to get the Lincolns up, so he really only fears Curse, Soulbind, and DK Tail. So theoretically, should be comfortable outplaying his opponents if he does have that split second of immunity to the first spell. He's got to be cautious, though, when Active Halberd comes up, because then 3-3 has a relatively instant cast way to proc Lincolns and land stun afterwards.
Once again, finding Immersion, who just cannot seem to help himself in playing the front lines here. Meanwhile, Fada, he can play the front lines because he's got an Eon disc. He will be coiled up here, snaps a coil, see if they can burst him down before he gets off anything. Phase shift to make sure he doesn't actually get off the Winter's Curse, but it does cost Afterlife his rundown as the BKB from 9. Static Link, and he just kind of runs a single core down. Not much Afterlife can do about that one, and not much Ein can do about his position either. Feels like Tundra is beginning to get some real momentum into this game, and AS Monaco Gambit is left with nothing but split pushing now, it seems.
I just don't know what they're doing, Cap. That's like the third time a support's just died. The second time Immersion actually has died on that hill, perhaps even on that same ward. Like,
yeah, no,
the
it
team
was
fight
the
is
same
insane. They just keep dying. Like, let Dream push the lanes. I don't know if you watched any replays of PSG LGD, Cap. I was talking with Fogged about it. The biggest thing that he took away from the way they dominated EG is if you watch it from EG's vision, they don't see anything ever. They are always off map. And meanwhile, you just have these supports showing in lane and running up high grounds with no teammates behind them.
Yeah, and it's not like Dream that we haven't seen them take a successful team fight in like 10 minutes, and there's no way they can take a team fight without Immersion. Like you said it best in that bottom lane fight, that was a bit of a disaster for Gambit. It's like you ravage and you egg, and that's a good team fight.
And now Tundra, like the game's gotten late enough that suddenly 9, even though he went for this very, not off meta, it's just, you know, bots BKB, he's very much in the game now. And
oh, yeah.
Even though he's so far behind Dream, if he just BKBs and links, he's giving his carry the win in that fight. Even talented for the static link damage steal, has the +8 armor, talent level 20. Definitely feeling
this game
themselves.
definitely feels like Tundra, absolutely, despite like the big team fight potential presence, Tundra, just based off of execution, can clearly win these fights. They're going to be able to get on top of Dream once again, not chasing up into the high ground, though. A bit of discipline there from Tundra as they pop these Stone Gaze as well, but AS Monaco Gambit, they see their opportunity. With cooldowns out, they're going to go for 9 first, keeping him inside the coil. Cold Embrace is going to be able to keep him alive a little bit longer, but there goes the Ravage, catching Fada as well. Trying to, oh, the Winter's Curse gets Immersion inside of that next to Dream. Good turnaround there from Fada, but ultimately, he is going to die, and Tundra is going to lose this fight. It's oh, never mind. Look at that. Oh, phase shift again. And he's able to get out of that. Soulbind just isn't a threat whatsoever to Lorinov as his Lincoln's able to protect him a little bit more against the Dragon Tail. Afterlife staying on top of Skeeter, lowering the damage, and Dream is just putting them to work. I'm not even sure 33 can do anything to stop this. Skeeter will eventually die. 33 barrels on in, hoping to be able to catch somebody and TP out, but it's not good enough. 9 with the buyback here. He's going to be slowed down. He's going to be caught. Gush going up. Lorinov actually doesn't have coil for another 25 seconds, so maybe they won't be able to kill him. They don't have any stuns to keep him in place, but still a big one team fight for AS Monaco Gambit. Just as we were saying, they haven't won one in a while, and they finally do it.
Yep, I think we'll get the clip, but that was so sick. That fight is won because of the reflexes of Lorinov. So 3-3 went for the play. Instant halberd into stun. You saw the Lincolns get proc, but it's enough of a warning that he gets the phase shift off, survives, and now Tundra have committed onto a hero, and they try to make a play that just won't go in. First off, they really don't have any business going in so deep. 9 got greedy. He had a huge link, but just too far. Immersion, once again, just kind of wandering forwards, gets picked off by the Winter's Curse. You're going to see that there, but that only buys them a little bit of time. Yeah, the game's chilling, so we can just keep going through the replay. Lorinov gets the 1 kill. You're going to see them, okay, Fada's done for. We're going to chase for more, and watch this. Halberd, boom, juked.
Ooh.
And
the
now
fact that he
Skeeter's
can
just
phase
here.
shift during Soulbind feels broken, though.
Come on, man. You got to give him some kind of escape. Grimstroke's already strong enough.
And then Skeeter's left with nothing but just fighting. We're going to head back into the game here pretty quick, and that will be Roshan being taken for AS Monaco Gambit. So Cheese for Afterlife, Aegis for Lornoff, and the Shard also going to Lornoff. So he gets the waiting rip. Ein once again breaking the aggression from Tundra. He's going to die first, but the rest of his team is able to follow up here. But the problem is they don't have Ravage just yet. They've already used the coil. Lornoff is going to lose his first life. If Supernova goes out, Skeeter pops a Stone Gaze in response. Tundra is going to reset here. Not a bad fight for Tundra whatsoever. If all they lose is Fana and his courier. Oh, the Ravage going down with the Blink Way. 33 gets out before the tentacles could catch him. 33 on the other side. Dream is actually there. He bots over in order to catch these heroes with the Scotty. 33, he's dead. Skeeter, he's going to be run down underneath this tower. They know they've got to buy back. They've got to somehow save Skeeter from this disaster of a team fight, but it's not going to happen. Triple kill for Lornoff. He's going to run down. Look for the Ultra on Snake King. There it is. He has it. 4 down on the side of Tundra, with a buyback from Snake King as well. AS Monaco Gambit in full swing of things, and even maybe catching 9 now as Flux slows him down. Wasn't able to get a Scotty hit though, so 9's out.
Okay. Well, there's an Aghanim's now on the puck, so that's going to change things up. But AS Monaco Gambit, I don't know if you call them outplaying. The fights are very strange. I'll be honest, Cap, on both sides. That is an impressive record from Dream, and really the reason that this team can play so confidently, because yeah, they may have made some mistakes, but only 1 death on the Arc Warden. It was, as you said, that I won't repeat what you said. It was very rude, but he did make a very silly play at the tier 1 earlier on in this game. Been pretty dominant since then. Now 30k net worth, and yeah, the BKB, he just straight up kills 3-3 by himself, who has fallen off the face of the map in terms of net worth. And shout out to the MVP, Ein on the Enchantress, once again opening the engagement by running forwards into his own death.
Yeah, seriously. AS Monaco Gambit, it feels like strategy-wise has just countered Tundra. It feels like their draft is easier to execute when it comes to these team fights, and then the, as you say, individual tactics of Ein always making it so Tundra does not get the initiation they're looking for. They never get on top of Dream first, you know? And that is, well, shit, I was going to say it anyway, but that is the dream, right? Is that he's just able to play the back line constantly. I'm sorry, okay?
Yeah,
I couldn't think of another
he's a
word.
real nightmare for Team Tundra. You got that right, Cap.
It's the ideal circumstance, right? Is that he is not the one that's being dragon-tailed or static linked.
I totally agree. And he's just got so much gold now. 7,000 net worth. I do hope he spends his money. Has the Titan Sliver to boot, and a DD now to be bottled by the puck.
How many Tempest double kills
what he
have
does
they
best.
killed, though? Hey, Ein, our boy, look at him.
I was reading an interview with him. There's only one piece of media from, and basically he's a huge Tokyo Ghoul fan, watches a ton of anime, and I think he's trying to employ that kind of strategy, you know, laying down his life for his brethren until he's respawned to the next series.
Have you seen Tokyo Ghoul?
No.
I know.
I watched Matumba Man's retelling of it, and he may have left out
that
some
wasn't
details.
even the right anime. That was Attack on Titan.
Oh.
I appreciate the effort, though. That was good. You actually went through an interview with one of the players. That's a nice. Did you take that from me? Be honest.
No, I found it myself. What is my trivia prediction?
Oh yeah, Tempest double kills. How many of them been killed by Tundra? I feel like not very many.
I'm gonna go with 4.
I'm gonna go with 1.
Definitely more than 1. Oh! Who's what? Come on. I've been counting.
Well done, Kyle.
Because I foresaw that trivia question, much like I foresaw an AS Monaco Gambit win, and they're on pace for it. There will be a BKB on Skeeter now, which should make things a little spookier, but the Puck Aghanims is already prepared. Vlad's on the Razor. This is to further input more damage into the Deuce's hands, because ultimately that is the strat for Tundra here. And 3-3, unfortunately. The decision to go Halberd, I think he regrets. It's nice as the Lincoln's break, but the lack of BKB has made his last few team fights pretty unplayable. Look for him to make the move. Okay.
Look for him to run up that high ground.
He's gonna do it, Cap.
Oh, they know where Ein is, so they know they can smoke around him. Oh, Ein has been countered. They're gonna loop all the way around here, get up on top of the high ground, and if they run into immersion, that would be ideal. They're gonna spot him, immediately going out. Fada setting up here. They manage to get the Soulbind with the Dragon Tail stun. A beautiful engagement to start things off for Tundra, but a buyback from immersion. They still want to take this team fight. Afterlife playing around this area, holding on to his Ravage, and now he's ready to re-engage if necessary. He blinks forward, but Tundra have already backed away. Dream doing another aggressive TP in, but this time around, it's a great situation for him as he's got the BKB. The Winner's Curse going out, but the other one already using its BKB as well. Medusa staying on top of him with the Inkswell, but now comes the Ravage, catching the Medusa, catching 33 as well. Now they've got the Supernova on top. It's too many targets. Tundra, they can't deal with all of this one, and they're just gonna get burned down underneath the fire and the flames of the Phoenix as Dream hits the ultra kill. That was a great bots in by him, making up for the 20-minute play. And AS Monaco Gambit taking this game pretty handedly, I would say, Kyle.
Oh yeah, that was sick. I love that whole TP into the face of the action works much better with the BKB.